Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Mount & Blade Bannerlord and we're going to be going over the top 10 best torso armors in the game. So the main chest piece of armor that you wear in the game. These ones are the 10 best by their armor rating. So how much armor they actually offer you. And so for torso armor, that's going to be a combination of the body armor, the leg armor, and the arm armor. So really they're kind of just ranked straight down the line based on pure armor value. But in the case of a tie, I like to use the weight as a tiebreaker. So if you have the exact same armor value, but one is lighter than the other, then I'll make that one a higher ranking one because better to have less weight and the same protection. You know, that's my thought process. It should be noted that I will tell you the location where you can find this, but mostly that's just going to be the culture to look for. These are all very, very rare, so they're not easy to find. But with that in mind, if you want to find them, a couple tips out there. If you're playing on PC, there are mods that allow you to basically, when you execute a lord, to get the stuff that they're wearing. In my opinion, that should be the default, because what's the excuse for not getting it? They're wearing it, you execute them, now you should have it. But anyway, there are mods that exist for that, so if you want to do that, I think it's a good quality of life change for the game, and it makes it so it's a little bit easier to find the really, really high tier armor, because then you just have to find a lord that has it, defeat them in battle, capture them, and execute them. But anyway, that's one way to do it, is if you use a mod like that. Otherwise, you will get them by defeating enemies of that faction in battle. It's obviously just really rare to do it that way. It does happen, but at really low amounts. It's hard to find it that way. Otherwise, the most reliable way is to find someone that you can marry from that faction that is wearing that armor. So if you're looking for a specific piece of armor, you go to the culture that armor is a part of, and you find a person in there that has it, and you marry them, and then once you're married to them, you can take them into your inventory, and you can swap out their armor, and so that's probably the easiest and most reliable way to get most of these pieces of armor. So let's just start it off with number 10. And so at number 10, we've got the one that I'm wearing right here, the HIGHBORN male armor. And now this one is a Battanian piece of armor. It's quite common in Battania, so out of everything on this list, this one is one of the easier ones to get your hands on, because a lot of Battanian troops wear this one, namely the Battanian Faian champions, so if you defeat a lot of them in battle, there's a decent chance that you're going to pick up one of these, one or more of these in your inventory, so that's good news. Outside of that, there are also a number of nobles in Battania that wear this by default, especially some real high-level ones, so if you want to just marry someone and take theirs, it is viable for that. But yeah, it takes the number 9 spot for the best overall torso armor in the game. It has a weight of 19.6, it is a tier 6 armor, it's got 48 for body armor, 22 for leg armor, and 12 for arm armor. So definitely very good all around. Like I said, it takes the number 10 spot overall for every torso armor in the game, and there are a lot of them. So very high ranking here. But like I said, if you want to aim for this one and try to find it, you gotta look in Battania. But that's number 10, let's move on to number 9. At number 9, we have the heavy lamellar over mail. As far as stats are concerned on this one, we have a weight of 20.1 kilograms. It is a tier 6 armor. We have a body armor of 51, leg armor of 16, and arm armor of 16. So very, very good overall. Definitely a lot of protection here. The good news about the heavy lamellar over mail is that it is relatively common. You'll find Khuzait troops and lords wearing this one. You'll also find Sturgian troops and lords wearing this one. And I've even seen it in the Aserai territory. So if you're looking for this one, you want to get your hands on it, I recommend looking all around there. Aserai to the least degree, like I said, you see it there, but not nearly as common. It's most common in the Sturgian and Khuzait territories. So there are lords, I believe, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think I've seen lords when I was doing research for this video. I think I saw some wearing this. But outside of that, just you're going to want to defeat lots of troops in battle from Sturgia and the Khuzaits and hopefully get your hands on it. But yeah, that's the heavy lamellar armor, heavy lamellar over mail, which takes the number 9 spot. All right, at number 8, we have the MASTERCRAFTED Southern Scale over Chainmail. And so this one is cool. For one thing, it's one of the coolest looking armors in the game. I definitely really like the way it looks. I have never found this naturally in the game. I've had to use console commands to spawn this one in every single time I've gotten it. That being said, I've heard online, because people online have claimed that they found it, either A, as a tournament reward down in the Aserai territory, or B, through battles. They said they've never found it for sale in any of the shops, but randomly, even though the Lord wasn't wearing it and none of the troops seemed to wear it, that they got it in battle. So my best suggestion, if you really want to get your hands on this one, is to do a lot of combat down in the Aserai territory, defeat as many people down there as you can, and participate in as many tournaments as you can down there. Because that's what the online community seems to claim is the only ways to get this without just spawning it in. Otherwise, if you're playing on PC and you can just use console commands, then just do that and spawn it in like I did. Or you can enable cheat mode, which will disable achievements, so if that matters to you, then, you know, you may not want to do that. But if you do that, then you can open it up and pull it in from from the inventory menu, which will show up over here if you have cheat mode on. So that is the Mastercrafted Southern Scale over Chainmail. It is an Azrai armor. It's very cool and has excellent stats. So you can see our weight is 18.7 for this one. It's tier 6. Body armor is 51, leg armor is 16, and arm armor is 16. Very cool overall, and like I said, it takes the number 8 spot overall for best torso armor in the game. At number 7, we have the Luxury Scale armor, and now this one is another Azrai armor. This one is quite a bit more common though, because at least 2, I believe, of the high-tier Azrai troops are equipped with this one. So if you participate in enough battles, you will eventually get your hands on this one. As well as the troops, there are also quite a few lords that are equipped with this one, so you can either marry them, or if you use the mod where you can get the armor from the people you kill, you can execute them once you've captured them if you've got that mod. But this one is pretty easy to get your hands on. I've even found it in like stores in the big cities relatively early on in the game. So it is relatively easy to get, and stat-wise, it's quite good. Like I said, it takes the number 7 spot overall. We have a weight of just 17 kilograms, which is not bad. Tier 6 armor, 47 for the body armor, 23 for the leg armor, and 14 for the arm armor. Overall, I really like the way this one looks, especially if you fill out the full suit. It's one of the coolest looking, at least for Azrai armor in the game, at least in my opinion. And like I said, it's just really high quality stuff. So that is the Luxury Scale armor, and that takes the number 7 spot. At number 6, we have an Imperial piece of armor, and this one is the CATAPHRACT LAMELLAR armor. And now this one visually looks very cool. I especially like the fact that it's got the like plate lamellar armored legs. So if you use the lamellar plate boots, it looks like you've got solid, steel plate armor all the way up and down your legs, which is just a cool aesthetic thing in my opinion. And obviously all the way around, it just looks like it offers really comprehensive protection. Like I said, this one is an Imperial armor, so if you want to get your hands on this, you're going to want to fight in the Empire. There are a number of lords and ladies throughout the Empire that are marriageable, that are equipped with this specific piece of armor, so if you want to get your hands on it, you can marry your way into it. Otherwise, again, check the stores and defeat giant Imperial armies, and eventually you'll get your hand on the CATAPHRACT LAMELLAR armor. As far as stats go, again, like I said, since we're taking the number 6 spot, you have to imagine it's pretty good stuff. We have a weight of 18.8 kilograms. It is tier 6 armor, body armor of 48, leg armor of 24, and arm armor of 14. So excellent armor overall, looks great. It's if you want to build a full set of lamellar plate armor, this is one of the best ways to go just because it matches it really well. But stat-wise, it's hard to beat. Really great armor. Takes the number 6 spot. Next up at number 5, we've got another one of the ones that I think just looks really, really good. This one is a Sturgian piece of armor, and it's the Heavy Lamellar over HAUBERK. I like the way this one looks. It doesn't look... So a lot of the lamellar in this game kind of all looks the same, so there's like 10 different varieties of Imperial lamellar armor that all kind of look almost identical. And then if you look at the Khuzait and the Azrai armor, there's quite a few pieces that, again, just look really, really identical. I like the Sturgian lamellar armor a little bit better, A, because stat-wise it's really good stuff, and B, it looks more unique, and I like the way it fits. And another good thing about that is that it fits really well both on male and female avatars, just on average. So a lot of good things to say about this one, but yeah, like I said, the Heavy Lamellar over HAUBERK takes the number 5 spot overall for best torso armor in the game. And so for stats on this, we're slightly heavier with 23.8 kilograms. It is tier 6. We have 50 for the body armor, 25 for the leg armor, and 15 for the arm armor. So excellent armor, some of the best in the game, and it looks really cool. So thank the Sturgians for that. And because it's Sturgian armor, obviously, if you want to get your hands on this, either find yourself a Sturgian spouse that's wearing it and then marry them and take it, kill your way through all their troops until eventually one of them drops it for you. At number 4, we've got another Imperial armor, the Lamellar with Scale Skirt. And so this one is slightly better stat-wise than the other Imperial armor, the CATAPHRACT armor that we've already covered, but I also don't like the way it looks more. But, this ranking is not really about appearances, it's just about how good they are. But like I said, it is Imperial, so if you want to get your hands on it, again, you can find an Imperial spouse that's wearing it, and then you marry them and take it, or just kill as many Imperials as you can get your hands on, and eventually, hopefully, you'll pick some up in your battle inventory. So as far as our stats on this one, it's a little bit lighter than the last with a weight of 20.5 kilograms. It is tier 6 armor, 52 for the body armor, 23 for the leg armor, and 16 for the arm armor. At number 3, we have another Azrai armor, and this one falls under the same category as the last Mastercrafted Southern blah 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 that we did. I've never found it naturally in the game. I've either had to pull it in through cheat menu or get it through console commands, which is how I did it here, to get it into the game. But again, according to the online community, it can be obtained through either battle, buying it at shops, or winning it in tournaments. Like I said, it just must be so rare that I've never found it through any of those ways. So like I said, hard to get this one unless you're willing to use console commands or some sort of a mod to get it in easier than that. But all that being said, it does look very, very cool. Again, one of the coolest looking Azerite pieces of armor available in the game. As far as stats on this one are concerned, it has a weight of 23.8 kilograms. It is tier 6 armor. Our body armor on this is 51, leg armor is 25, and arm armor is 16. So just excellent armor all around. Very, very high quality stuff. And it looks great. So that is the Mastercrafted Southern Scale Overchain HAUBERK, and that comes in at the number 3 spot overall for torso armor. All right, and then for number 2, we once again have another Imperial armor. This one possibly the most unique look out of the 3, but also the one that I maybe like the least out of the 3, just appearance-wise. So you can see the legs still have the plate lamellar armor on it. It's just kind of a little bit more covered, so you can't really see it as much. And this one has the more of the scale up top, which I think looks a little weird on the arms, but it still is obviously a really good piece of armor. And if you're wearing the rest of the Imperial armor with it, it still looks quite good. But again, it is Imperial, so if you want to get your hands on this, you gotta kill Imperials. So start wiping out as many armies of Imperials as you can, and eventually, hopefully, you'll get your hands on this one. As far as stats on it go, it is nice and light. It's only 18.2 kilograms. It is tier 6 armor. We have a body armor of 57, leg armor of 20, and arm armor of 16 on this one. So really, really good across the board. Obviously, since it takes the number 2 spot overall, it's hard to beat this one. And so at number 1, we have one of the most valuable pieces of armor you can find in the game. Obviously, since it offers the most protection out of all of these, you know, that's going to make it real valuable. That should go without saying, but I said it anyway. And so this one is the Brigandine over HAUBERK. As far as our stats on this one go, we have a weight of 24.3 kilograms. It is tier 6 armor, body armor of 49, leg armor of 25, and arm armor of 20. So all of that just combines to give it the all-around best protection out of any torso armor in the game. And so if you're trying to build your best suit of armor possible, just stat-wise, and you're not considering looks at all, then the Brigandine over HAUBERK has to be the centerpiece because it's got the best stats. As far as where to get your hands on this one, I find it most frequently in Sturgia, but I've also found it in Vlandia. So either one of those territories, it's possible to get your hands on the Brigandine over HAUBERK, but like I said, most often I find this one in Sturgia. Great piece of armor. I think it looks all right. It's not my favorite looking. In fact, my favorite looking one didn't make this list because my favorite armor in the game overall, like torso armor, is the Brigandine over mail. It's a Vlandian piece, and that takes the number 11 spot overall, so it was just barely beat out by the HIGHBORN mail armor. But yeah, the Brigandine over HAUBERK, it's a unique look. I think it stands out a little bit better as opposed to all of the different variations of lamellar armor in the game, and obviously offers excellent protection. So that is it. That's all 10 of the best torso armors in the game. I hope if you were interested in this type of thing that this video was somewhat useful. I wish I could be more helpful with how to get them, but really there is no trick and secret way to get them in the vanilla game, like I said, unless you're going to use console commands or some sort of a mod. They are just really rare and really hard to get your hands on outside of marriage. So that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it, but we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.